for joining us today in this special episode of A Road to 2013. With us here we have Sabina Wanjiru Wa Chege, and she's here from Kenya, and we caught up with her here in Dallas, and we would like her to tell us what she's doing right now and give us a little bit of what she's intending to do for the country. Welcome, Sabina.
Thank you.
So, what party are you running on, and why that particular party?
My party is the National Alliance Party, famously known as TNA. Why I'm in it is because I'm a strong believer. Why am I in politics now? It's because I believe I can bring about change that is needed in our country. The National Alliance Party is a young party. I believe also in my presidential candidate, Murang'a Kenyatta. He's a young person. He's one person who is very compassionate also about the issues of the normal mwananchi, and he's one person who has also encouraged me to go on or vie for this position. The National Alliance Party is also a party for young people. We don't have any politician being like an official of the political party. So we have young people who are working for the party. We have been given equal opportunities. For me is to go to the grassroots and look for votes. And if I get my votes in nomination, I'm hoping and praying God that I'm going to get the nomination through the National Alliance Party. I'm vying for a position of women representative in Murang'a County. You know, with the new constitution, we have 6 positions that are going to be voted in come March 2013. And the women representative position is a position that is going to be a woman member of parliament, voted in by a county to go to parliament. My position is women representative. I want to go and represent Murang'a people in parliament as a woman. I'm going to be voted in by 7 constituencies that consist of Murang'a County, starting from Gatanga constituency. We have Kandara, we have Kigumo, we have Maragua, Kiharu, Kangema, and Madhya constituencies. So basically that's going to be my area.
Okay,
Yeah.
So taking you back a little bit, before you started vying for this position,
Yes.
I believe you're in the media. Take us through a little bit of that and how it influenced you
Yes.
into getting into this role that you're seeking right now.
I want to start from where I come from. I come from a small village called Kenyona. Kenyona is in Kigumo constituency in Murang'a County. That's where I was born and brought up, and I was brought up as a normal child. So my parents were farmers, tea farmers, and so tea farming was the source of my school fees. Going to high school, I went to Kiharu constituency, which is still in Murang'a County, and from there then I went to the University of Nairobi. I've done my degree in education and also a master's in communication, and within then I had a talent in the media. I started as being an actor. After Form 4, I stayed with my brother as a house girl, and basically then I saw a TV program. I had the talent of acting. So I went to KBC. I actually walked to KBC and asked whether I would be allowed to join the Tausi group. Luckily, I didn't know anybody, but somehow I got to be taken in. I played the role of Rehema in Tausi for some time. Then that was kind of my opening to the media. And by the time Kameme FM came up, that was in Regional Reach, I joined Kameme as a broadcaster, as a presenter when I was in my first year in the university. So my life basically was I used to go to school the whole day. Then in the evening from 8 to 2 a.m. I used to go to work. So that's how it was my life for 4 years in campus. And when I cleared, I became the marketing manager of Kameme. I also then went to World Space and worked there as their business development manager. After that, then I joined the government. I joined KBC, Kenya Broadcasting Corporation, as the controller of commercial radio services. It's a management position, and I was managing several radio stations for KBC. I still had my talent, so I went still back, and I was also broadcasting in one of their stations called Shoro FM. And until last month, that's where I've been. I was a manager, come presenter. My work, I interacted a lot with my people. I've been their voice on radio. I've been the person who's been shouting march, and especially like after 2007 post-election violence. We as a media were affected most because these people, when things were happening, they were calling us. And even after the post-election violence, we went to try and help rebuild for the IDPs. We took food, we took clothing, and basically I have been involved with the local person, with the normal Mwananchi. And when the new constitution came up and there was this new position, I thought I need to give back to my society. Yes, I've been born and brought up in Murang'a. I have a burden for Murang'a, not only in Murang'a but for the country. We need good leadership. We need the youthful people also to come up and take up the leadership. And so I had the calling. Mine is not much more wanting to become a politician. I want to become a good leader. I want to become the servant of Murang'a people. I want actually to serve my people as I give back to the society. The issue of the elderly persons in Murang'a, not only in Murang'a but in the country, there's some money that was supposed to be given to the elderly persons, but the money does not really get to all of them. So you find that there some of them are neglected. Some of them, their houses, they're living, sheer poverty. And I have tried to construct a few houses with the help of my friends. And each and every day when I go to Mashinani, when I go home, when I go and interact with the women, when I go and talk to the youth, when I go and talk to the men, I'm challenged to do something more for my community. We've given some computers to some of the schools. There's the issue of sanitary pads that the girls need. There's the issue of the disabled persons. We need wheelchairs. Every day you go, you'll find a child locked up somewhere because the parents cannot be able to carry that child. Maybe they're already grown ups. So they either hide them or tie them with a rope somewhere so that they can also be able to go and look for something for the child to eat. So there's a huge need of most of us to go back. There's a huge need of most of us to remember that we came from a society that needs us. We went through the education system then, and that education system put us where we are, and we need now to go back home and also support the community that brought us up. Yes.
Back to the national scene.
Yes.
So we had a very unpopular decision by the August House to vote in 2 billion shillings for their bonuses.
Yes.
After their term expires. Assuming MP Sabina Wa Chege was in the House when that vote was taking place,
Yes.
what would have been your position and why?
I definitely are not have gone for that. Why? We have our teachers who are going on strike. We have our doctors who are going on strike. We are saying the country has no money. That is the taxpayers' money. And the only thing the MPs wanted is a package for them to go and campaign. Back at home, I am sure if they did their work well, if they performed, then they don't have to worry. Because going back to their constituents, the constituents will vote them in out of their performance. And the whole package of the 2 billion was uncalled for. They were just greedy, and Kenyans, we now have a chance to get leaders who are not selfish, who are not corrupt, who are not greedy. Leaders who are there for the sake of the Kenyans, for the sake of the country, not for the sake of themselves. Leaders who are there not to amass some wealth for themselves, but to be able to stand for their country and to be able to defend the Kenyan citizens. And basically what I saw when the MPs were trying to vote in, and they stayed in up to 11. And a few weeks ago, we were trying to get a minister to come in and negotiate with the teachers, and the minister had the audacity to say he is only available after a week. And our children were at home. These are heartless people, and these are the people that we don't need to take them back off. We don't need them in parliament come next year.
With the recently passed constitution, are you happy with the level of women representation that the constitution is providing? Do you think it's a fair representation of women in the country?
Well, I'll say it's a good start. For example, if I look at my county, Murang'a, we have never voted in for a member of parliament, a woman member of parliament. So it's an opportunity. We're going to have one. Number two, all the other positions, women can also vie. So I'm anticipating that also we'll have some other members of parliament, women in Murang'a County. Not only in Murang'a County, but in the whole county. Because if we do not then attain the third or 1/3, then we're going to have constitutional crisis. And that's what the parliament, they were trying to debate on, to try and find out what can be done. If Kenyans, yes, we have 290 constituencies. If then we don't attain a third of the members of parliament being women, then what would happen? And all these many suggestions of all the 80 new constituencies, let's have women only vying for those positions. There were all those, let's women representative number 1 and 2 be taken into parliament, but they never really agreed, and I'm hoping they're going to have a good balance, that we're going to have women representation in parliament. I would say it's a good start. But we need...
So finally, I'd like you to talk to some of your constituents.
Yes.
I would want you to talk directly to a woman who wakes up early in the morning, who is hoping to one day take their child to school, but they do not have the resources to do so.
Yes.
Talk to that father who wakes up in the morning, walks out of the house, looking for employment, coming back frustrated because there's nothing. And then talk to that person that wakes up in the morning hoping that their member of parliament is going to fight for them every day.
Yes.
But ends up seeing whatever is going on in parliament right now. Talk to them and tell and let them know who Sabina is and what Sabina would mean to them.
Well, I want to say that change starts with me, and that's the first step. Our fathers, our mothers, do you believe that you can be the source of change? Then you need to be, if you are the source of change, then we will start with what you're doing back home. Then we start with you voting in Sabina to be also a vehicle that will also drive Murang'a County to the next level. I was born and brought up in Murang'a County. I picked tea, I carried firewood, I carried water at my back, and I know the kind of life that our people are leading. At this time, we were lucky, a few of us, to be taken through the education system, and we were lucky also to be able to get into a position where we can now give back to the society that brought us up. So my appeal is for the society to open up their hands for us. My appeal is for the support of my mom, my dad, my grandmother, my grandfather, my brothers and sisters who are back home, so that we can be able to rebuild Murang'a County and actually go to the next level. I will be there as a servant. I will not come in as a boss. I'm there to listen. I am there to be sent by you. I am a young person, so when I go to Parliament, I'm going to be very active. We have very comfortable seats. I'm not going to be dozing in Parliament. I need to go back to go to Parliament and make sure that I articulate issues. I'm there to cater for the elderly. I'm there to cater for the young people. I'm there to cater for our mothers and empower the youth. I'm also there to be able to make sure that the funds that the women and the youth are given, that funds get to them. I'll be one person who want to advocate that that fund goes direct to the women groups and the youth groups without many conditions that are already there put by at the banks that people access money through those banks. So I will be the person who will be fighting for the rights of the normal mwananchi, the rights of the person who is not heard. I want you to allow me to be your voice. I want to be the voice of that person who is not heard. I've gone to so many areas in Murang'a County, and when I go there, they are like, hapa tumesahulika. Nobody ever steps here. They don't even come to us for votes here. I've gone to all those areas. And because I have already come there, or I will come there, I want you to realize that there are people who are there who will be able to talk on your behalf. There are people who will be there to take your issues to be heard at the national level, also at the international level. So for me, I would like to be allowed by Murang'a people to serve them and serve humbly. I know Murang'a people have an issue with women in leadership. We had Wagoa Makeri who was there before. I want to be an example of that. Murang'a women, you know, we are of course the best mothers. But we also want to be humble and show that we can have good women in leadership who respect their husbands, who respect their mothers and fathers, who respect the society and still articulate issues properly and be able to fight where it is necessary. Yes.
So thank you so much, Sabina, for giving us the time. And there you have it, viewers. There you have it. That was Sabina Wanjiru Wa Chege. And for those Murang'a constituents that have not yet heard about Sabina or listened to what she has to offer, you've heard it. So go out there, be smart, and vote wisely. So we'll have her website address at the end of this video, and you can log on and find out more about what she has to offer. Thank you.